What's happening, everybody? As y'all know, this week has been a whirlwind, as I knew it was going to be. Because last year was my first year ever going to a Big Brother premiere party, and I said, cool, a Big Brother premiere party, New York City. I don't have to travel anywhere. You know, it's great content for my page. Awesome. I learned that it's a beast. As I spoke about with Aza, it's a beast. And the reason why is because they have this event listed, I think 6:30 p.m. to 1 on both days. It's in Manhattan. So Manhattan is not necessarily a hop, skip, and a jump for me. It's not far. I took the train this year. I learned my lesson because I didn't want to worry about having to drive to and from, tolls, parking, all that stuff. So I just took the train. The train station is really close to my house, and it's like I want to say 35 to 40 minute train ride, and then like I don't go on the subway unless I have to. So when I say train, I don't mean the underground train. I mean like the railroad that's above ground, and then like a 15-minute walk from where the train station stopped me to get to the second venue, and like a 8 to 10 minute walk on the first day to get to the first venue. So I realized, so for me, I leave my house something like I actually left my house about 7 o'clock p.m. and I arrived, yeah, so from 7 p.m. and I arrived back home about 3 in the morning the first day. And then on the second day, I left at the same time, 7 p.m., and I arrived back home like 4 or 5 a.m. So if you're really thinking about that, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 8 to 9 hours. That's work, man. That's work actually to be out there for that long. Even though the event itself, probably you get eight, let's see, 9, 10. The episode was at 9. I think everything is pretty much done by 12. But if you see the content that I'm putting up, you have to sit and realize I started recording content outside before the thing even started. Then I went inside the actual venue, went around recording content, and then after the event was done, I was outside for like another hour recording more content. So, and then so I basically haven't even watched the live feeds. Like I'm seeing these updates coming fast and furious. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert for anybody who has not. This is a spoiler channel, by the way. Just to let y'all know, if you are new to this channel, it's actually a spoiler channel. So, because of not wanting this one channel that I have left, this one little channel that I have left to get taken down, I can't show you the live feeds, but they're on in my background right now. Yeah, so Angela won the HOH. Let's see. I think the three selections were, help me out here. I know Kenny was one of them. How dare you do a live during game night? Hi D, hi Cass, hi Lisa, Colleen, Ma. I see you. I'd help you, but you don't deserve help for missing out on us. Who's that, Matt? Oh, that's not Matt. I need to get out my cheat sheet. Oh, I forgot his name. Chemo. Kenny, Chemo, and who was the third one? I can't think of the third one. The chef. Who's the chef? Slipping my mind. I'm the one who posted this thing. Like, I actually saw it. I'm gonna get out my cheat sheet here, because Lisa. I thought it was Lisa. I just wasn't sure. You could have said that 5 minutes ago, Ma. Come on now. You're gonna say, look at the chat when you didn't say anything. That's wild. Wild behavior. No, I see Colleen's comments are all first and everyone was here. And Colleen didn't have names. Colleen was guessing. Who's the alliances right now? Oh, I should probably watch Mockcast episode 2. You know what? I'm just going to read y'all comments. Let's see here. Angela's trying to stab her ex-boyfriend in the back. That's Tasha saying that the ex-boyfriend is Kenny. Where are we at here? Oh yeah, Chelsea. That's who's in the gym room right now. Chelsea is talking to Matt. Is that Matt? I think that's Matt in there. Chelsea and Matt. I saw Chelsea. I caught like a little piece of Chelsea talking to Angela earlier. And then Chelsea was like celebrating to the cameras that she got out of being put on the block. Then I saw like some of Angela crying and Chemo was crying. I guess that was when Chemo got informed, right? I assume that that's when Angela informed Chemo that he was going on the block. I don't know. In the predictions, I know that I definitely was one of the people that agreed with Matt being one of the top out. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that Ed was like, Matt has to win every comp. It might not have been Ed. Somebody said Matt has to win every comp, and as soon as Matt doesn't win a comp, he's out. We all talked about Chemo being a pawn. Definitely in the previews, I definitely said that Chemo is going to be a perennial pawn. And look, that's happening already. Lisa, I didn't see that coming. Why did Lisa end up going on the block? Why did Lisa end up going on the block? Angela's 8 friends. I heard about that. And when I heard about that, I was like, is Angela the new Riley? Because that's what Riley did the first week. All right, let me get to these notes. And disclaimer, these are not my notes. These are notes that I saw. The Battle of the Block is back. It's called the AI Arena. Let me see what else. 1 HOH and 4 noms. Oh, so the HOH and the noms compete for safety. Okay. Kenny, Lisa, and Chemo are the noms. And Kenny is the likely target. So Kenny is the target as of now. Kenny is the target. That's interesting because I said Kenny could go far, but yikes. You didn't like Battle of the Block. Which one is Leah? Mackenzie told Leah that she wants Angela out, but is worried Leah told Angela and is spiraling. I forgot which one is Leah. I need my little cheat sheet here. Tucker has been asked to be in multiple alliances, apparently, and has been declining, apparently. Oh, here we go. Angela wants an alliance with the hot blonde and the skinny blonde. What a difference of descriptions there. So Angela's alliance: herself, Joseph, Rubina, Cedric, Brooklyn, Chelsea, Leah, Quinn, and Cam. Interesting. That's a lot of people. Is the hot blonde or the skinny blonde, whichever one you want to consider her, the one that I said is blah? In the storage room, Matt outs his final two with Matt and Tucker in a final two to Quinn and Chelsea. And his final three with Mackenzie and Leah. An alliance formed in the storage room: Matt, Leah, MJ, which is Mackenzie, Quinn, Chelsea. Hi, Chocolate. Nobody's updating me, so I'm actually just reading these notes that I have acquired from my sources. Chelsea out of the alliance to Angela. Interesting. So Chelsea's playing hard. That's what I'm getting from this. Chelsea is playing this game hard, which possibly means she could crash out early. But that's just my opinion. You shouldn't be playing the game that hard that early. Okay, so who's this that Cam is talking to? Is that one Lisa? Probably. Did you see Taylor? Yeah. I saw Taylor. Taylor looked really good. I saw Taylor. Taylor was there. Taylor was there on day one. Taylor was not there on day two. There was about half the people that were there for day one on day two, but she was definitely there day one. I snapped a picture with her. I guess I didn't post it, but I do have it as a thumbnail of one of my videos. Okay. The whole cookout was there too, by the way. Okay, now in the storage room, Brooklyn, Chelsea, and Matt are all talking in the storage room. Cam just walked by. I don't know if this means something. I don't know if the three of them are in something, but yeah, I'm watching the live feeds. Let me switch to a different camera. I wish that I could put this on here, but I need to find a channel that's gonna like catch me up. How's Takor doing? Thank you, appreciate it. I gotta say I enjoyed day one a lot more than I enjoyed day two. Is this one Lisa? Hold on. Don't ban me, but is this one Lisa? Because you know that it takes me like 2 weeks. Takes me like 2 weeks minimum processing time to remember everybody's names. But like I said, I think I remember like half of their names, which is amazing for me. That's Lisa? Okay, okay, got you. So what is Lisa talking to Cam about? Yeah, she has the pink streak. So okay, so that's Lisa. Okay, that's locked in now. I know who Lisa is. Yeah, chocolate. I actually did feel like media on the first day because I stood outside and I knew a lot of them, and they actually finally addressed me by name. Like at first they would be like, "Hey, I remember you. I remember meeting you here, whatever." But now they're actually like, "Mark, thanks for coming." Some of them. I feel like it. I feel like it. They just kind of like snuck into the room. It could be game talk, but I don't know. I haven't been watching enough for me to say what it is. I feel like Cam is not gonna leave without a showmance, though. I feel like that's. I did speak to America. I spoke to America and I spoke to Corey. I did. I spoke to everyone. Y'all know how I feel about a lot of the BB25 cast. I'll be honest with you, the majority of them. Y'all know how I feel about the majority of the BB25 cast, but I spoke to every single one of them. I spoke to Corey. I spoke to America. I spoke to everyone that was there. I spoke to Mama Fee. I spoke to I spoke to Riley. I spoke to Jag. I spoke to Matt. I spoke to Mimi. Well, y'all know I wanted to speak to Mimi, so and Mama Fee. But everyone that was there, I spoke to them. That's a thing. Like this is like a reveal, I guess, somewhat. So I have friends that I talk to about the stuff that I'm trying to do with my channel. And I remember when I was going to only these challenge events, I would see the flyer, and the flyer would be like, "Oh, we got CT on here. We got who's another player that I would be kind of indifferent towards. I'm not trying to drop. I'm not even gonna drop a name. Let's just say we got this and this and this player on this show that I really like, and then this and this and this one that I really don't care for or don't like." And they were like, all of it is content. So don't go in there like I'm going to talk to people based on whether I like them or not. And that's the mentality that I've adapted, that whoever is there, I'm going to interact with them. And honestly, to tell you the truth, like the majority of them are, I like them much better off the show than on the show. And I've had a few experiences of, really liking somebody on a show. And hi Penelope, thank you. Really liking somebody when I saw them on the TV, but then when I met them in person, my experiences did not match my expectations. But I spoke to America. I told America, I was like, America, I had so much faith in you going in to this game. And I was like, you came in the game hot. Like you were talking like you were gonna do so much stuff. And then I had to watch the Matt and Jag show for the last like month of the season, and she was like, I know. She was like, I knew what they were doing. I saw it coming. I tried to warn everybody, but I just couldn't come up with the numbers. What do y'all think of this room, by the way? Like, what do you think of the room decor in this room? Like, what do you think of the unicorn and the colors and stuff? Like, I personally don't really pay that much attention to the room decor, but I've realized that's a thing. Just like it's a thing for people to watch the cooking and how they cook, who washes their hands and who doesn't, who looks like you would eat their food and who you wouldn't eat their food. like the way that they are styling their hair in the bathroom, like all of that is just like separate things of Big Brother going on all at the same time. I wonder what they're talking about though. I wish I could put subtitles on.
That's what I'm saying. But he's good. I had a few conversations with him, and I don't know what he wants. This is strategic, though. Like, is he like
Who are they talking about right now?
You'll say the wrong thing at the wrong time to somebody that
Yeah, Angela won, Andre. What's up?
you shouldn't say it to.
Yeah, what do y'all think of that room
That's
that they're in?
he is a talker, and like I don't want him to.
I wonder if they're talking about Joseph. I don't know.
Somebody ask him a question.
I missed the beginning of it, so I don't know. And there's no rewind feature.
I think so. That's
Paramount Plus.
if he's gonna be a good player in the game, I think he's gonna be a very strong
Trying to see something. Start a poll. They said that Matt is their side piece. Cam and Lisa said that Matt is their side piece, and Cam was like, Maddie side piece? Yeah, I'm lost. The thing that I realized about the feeds, Andre, like you gotta be deep into the feeds to be able to get it. It's like if you miss a day, so you know how you watch a movie, you go to the movie theater and there's some huge contextual thing that happens within the first 15 minutes of the movie, and the movie's like 2.5 hours. You might think, oh, okay, the movie's 2.5 hours. Missing 15 minutes is no big deal. But then that 15 minutes that you missed had all the setup information. So that's what happened for me with this. Like, I didn't turn this on yesterday because I just got home really late and I was really tired. So I came back and everyone is like, yeah, Chelsea is talking to Angela. Now they're crying. Now this one is talking to that. And now this one is forming an alliance with that one. And I'm like, I missed where this all started. So I'm just lost in the sauce right now. So I will get up to speed at some point. I promise I will get up to speed. But I am not even close to being up to speed at this moment.
I know he's slow, but he's
I would have gone live earlier if I felt like I was up to speed, but then I said, you know what? When I first started going live, I was a brand new Big Brother fan and knew nothing about the live feeds, and I barely even knew what was going on with the season. I was watching it as a casual, so I remembered that I'll pick up speed as time goes on. What are your results? 67% think that Kenny is not going to go home so far, and 33% think he is. Who interrupted them? Oh, they didn't let him in. So Cam and Lisa, interesting. Cam and Lisa, the two enemies on the Discord, are making besties. Random, but when Jasmine saw Turner at the premiere party, she was so happy. She was like, oh my god, Turner." Joker's update, thank you. But I need a quicker summary. I do. At this point I need a quicker summary. There's two chances to win the veto? Wow. My schedule is kind of crazy. My job, you know what? My job impacts my ability to watch these feeds like I used to, and I'm for sure not going to be doing as many lives as I was before. But the thing is, I will say, once the season is getting closer to the business end of the season, which is I call the business end of the season when we're getting close to like jury and everything becomes really high stakes and really important, I will carve in the time somehow. But this early part, I'm not going to be going live nearly as much. Colin. Oh, Colleen. I was like, who's Colin? Okay, so Cam is in the room with Lisa having a conversation. What else is going on? So is that Matt and Chelsea still in the gym? No, that's Angela. Angela's in the gym. Colin is Colleen's dad. You know Jasmine and they had a podcast? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, they're like really they're solidly friends now. Like they're really good friends. Turner's a cool dude, by the way. We still talk from time to time. Like if you saw at the end of the video, he was like, "Yo, what up, my guy?" Cuz he remembers me. We did the interview together. Um Done a couple of things with him with his TikTok. Oh, you have a third kid now? Oh, wow. Congrats. You got another Big Brother fan in the house. You got a third you got a third Big Brother fan. A lot of people that become Big Brother fans say that their parents were Big Brother fans and then they became a fan of their own, which I think is pretty cool. The funny thing is, my mom has loved Big Brother. My mom is like a day one Big Brother fan. Not a live feeder, but she's a day one Big Brother fan. And I saw her watching it for years. My sister doesn't care for Big Brother. I didn't care for Big Brother. So one day when she saw me watching it, I think 2020 or so, she was shocked. She's like, "You watch Big Brother?" So now, we don't really watch it together, but sometimes she'll be like, "Oh, what do you think of this? Like, what do you think of this person? You think Taylor's gonna win? Who do you think's gonna be the one who's going on the block this week?" But the funny thing about her asking me those questions is the fact that I watch the feeds and I watch the spoilers. I look at the spoilers, so I know all the answers to her questions and I just don't tell her. The funniest thing is, I think I found this really funny. She walked past me one time and I was watching the live feeds. It was season 24 and it was like Taylor, Monty and Turner outside the backyard and she was like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's the live feeds." And then my mom was like, she was like, "The show is on for an hour a day, 3 days a week. The show is 3 hours a week. That's not enough for you?" And I always said to myself, how can you even watch a show that comes on 3 days a week? Because that's a waste of time. Now I watch all 3 days of this show and the live feeds. My daughter's watching when me and my wife dated. She started watching it. So you converted everybody. Who's this? Brooklyn, T-Core, Quinn. I don't know who the other two is because they're not in the camera view. I'll be leaving soon because I have a trip to VA. I'll be leaving within the next 2-ish hours. So I just wanted to hop on here before I leave. Because last time I assumed that I'd be able to get the reception to do this or at least watch the feeds on the bus. And the Wi-Fi they had on the bus was really shoddy. My parents raised me on the show. Live feeds, I remember, would come on Showtime. My friend's grandma is the reason I watch it. I never thought I would. Yeah, this is exactly what I always say, Penelope. That what you just said there is exactly what I always say. I never invested in connecting to a Big Brother community because when the cookout season was on, I was like in Reddit, I was in Facebook, I was looking at Facebook groups, I was looking at like online chats that talk about Big Brother, I was looking at Twitter, and I was like, all of this is so terrible and toxic. Like, I can't invest in the Big Brother community. So I didn't. I watched that show on my own. I did not talk to anybody about it except my mom. I did not watch anybody's videos. I didn't watch anybody's breakdowns and recaps. And I just kept to myself about it. Okay, let me just watch this show, keep it pushing and keep it moving. And then I was like, you know what? I'm bugging actually because I did not share this in my group. I should have. Yeah, but I'm just going to continue my story. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start talking about it myself. Like sometimes you need to be the change you want to see in the world, as cliche as that is. It's the truth. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to start talking about the show on my own channel and see what happens. So what ended up happening was there was a lot of different types of people that jumped on my channel. Some of them good, some of them bad, but I kind of set the tone for the way that I wanted my channel to run, what I wanted it to look like, sound like, the way I wanted the community to be. And sorry, y'all, I'm just learning about cross posting. I mean, I'm not just learning, but I'm starting to be consistent with that. All right, hopefully, all right. Cam was talking to, from what I heard, oh, this is something else. This is Matt talking to Lisa. Oh, and Cam had just told Lisa, Cam and Lisa were talking about Matt and saying Matt is their, like, what did they say? Side piece. So I guess Lisa and Cam have something going on, and they're like, we're kind of loosely adding Matt as a third, I guess. So I love Mark's channel. If you want to link Markcast on here, throw the link up here. Andre, you've been watching practically since the beginning then. Me too. I'm trying to see what they're talking about, but... Okay, she said if Kenny and Chemo are up there. Lisa said to Matt, if Kenny and Chemo are up there, who would you vote for? And Matt said Kenny. He'd vote for Kenny. He didn't have his mic on. I still heard him. Thank you. This is let me see. Markcast. Ma, even though I didn't know that she was following my channel 2 years ago, was following my channel when I first started doing Big Brother. She never used to talk on my channel, but now she's starting her own channel, or has started her own channel. So hit that link and subscribe, because she will be doing Big Brother coverage, and I don't know what else. If you're doing other coverage, put it in the chat. Let people know. Cam on your came on your channel when you first started. Because there will be potentially new people on here, it's worth sharing the story. Oh, you were on the very first live that I did. That's cool. That's what's up. Yeah, that very first live. The funny thing about that is I wasn't like, "Oh, I'm about to go live. I'm about to do a Big Brother live thing where I just do Big Brother lives for the season." What happened was I was putting up a bunch of mental health content on that channel. And then one day I was looking at these numbers of people who put up Big Brother clips. So I was like, what if I put up a Big Brother clip of my own? Taylor was laying on a hammock eating chips, eating Lay's. And I took like a little 7 to 10 seconds maybe video clip of that, put it on my page. Why are they all in the living room? Anyways, it got like what 4,000 views or something in a matter of an hour or two, and I was like, produced content that I hired videographers to create for me is not even giving me 4,000 views. And this little clip of Taylor eating, it wasn't even considered a short at that time. It was just a short video because they did not have YouTube Shorts at that time. 4,000 views. So I was like, this is stupid. That's really what I said to myself. So I put up some more stuff of my own, and it still wasn't picking up any traction. It would get like 20 views here, 30, 15. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do one last thing. And then if it doesn't succeed, I'm off this YouTube thing. And I was like, I went on the channel and I was like, let me try this live feature. So I went live. Who is that? Is that Lisa? Hold on. No, that's is that? Yeah, I don't know what she's doing. But anyways, yeah, so anyways, I was on that live and I was like, I don't even know what I'm gonna talk about. I didn't have anything, a topic or anything like that. I was just like, let me just jump on this live and see what happens. And then I started talking for like, oh, that's Leah. Oh, that's Leah. Okay. So I started talking for about I started talking for about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and I saw the big zero. They have like a little counter here that shows how many people are watching, and it said zero for like 2 to 3 minutes. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just turn this off, and that's about it. And then all of a sudden, one person joined, and it showed a one. And I was so nervous now because I'm like, now I'm locked in. I'm committed to doing this stupid live. And then I just kept talking, and the person was in there, but they weren't putting any comments. So then I don't know if this is the first person who was there or the first comment, but the first comment that I remember was not Lisa, sorry, Holly. There was somebody named Holly, and she made a comment on there, and she was like, how have I not found your channel before? And I was like, this is the first time I ever went live. And she was like, would you go live tomorrow? And I'm like, I mean, if more people came and wanted me to. And then it was just like, I think that first day, I want to say maybe Maybe it was only like 4 or 5 people that came the first day. But all of them were like, if you come back here tomorrow at 8 o'clock or whatever, I'll be here. Holly still speaks to me from time to time, but she hasn't been on my channel in a while. But yeah, Holly was one of the first. Holly was the first person I remember making a comment on that live. Like, I don't know. A few people have been like, "Oh, I was the first." I don't know. I don't know whether that's true or not. Um, but yeah, I know that she was on there and she was the first one who commented and said, "Will you come back tomorrow?" And then everyone else said that they would come back tomorrow. And then the next day might have been like 10, and then the following day was like 20, and then it was like 40. And then at one point at the height of the season, there was like over 800, which still stands to be the most that I've ever had on my channel at one time. The name threw me off, and I was like, "Oh, he talking about Big Brother." Yeah, that's true. My channel was not doing myself any favors. My channel name. I'm trying to catch what Matt is talking to Lisa about. Oh, he's telling her. I guess they're talking about her pitch to stay in the game in the event that she's on the block. I know the channel That's Peak. There's only so many Big Brother channels, so I know the majority of them. I know the ones that are, pretty popular. Oh, by the way, it was so cool actually meeting Sharon Tharp. Sharon, is that her name? Sharon Tharp? Tharp? Oh, the "We'll be right back" screen. Yeah, it was cool meeting her because I told her I was like, I keep it real when I talk to these people. So I told Sharon, I was like, you know what I like about your channel? I told Sharon what I like is that even though you have some kind of, you have your contract with CBS, um, I find all the other people who are contracted with CBS as interviewers to have more generic views where they only say so much. And I know that her page gets censored as well because she has actually mentioned that before. She's like, I just submit my questions, and CBS, she said CBS changes some of them and omits some of them, but I just find her generally to be not bad for a channel that is, I'm not trying to say this in a bad way, but I almost want to say run by CBS. And there was a point in time, it's funny because I met Sharon, I met the people that do the silent podcasts. I met Rob Has a Podcast. I met Rob from Rob Has a Podcast. I've met I feel like there was one other. I did. I can't remember his name. I think his name is Will. I just can't remember the name of his podcast, but he does a podcast. He does a podcast and told me that he is plugged in with CBS also to get in all those exit interviews. And there was a point in time where I was like, I want to get plugged in to do these exit interviews. And like CBS blocks my interviews and doesn't do me any favors in any kind of capacity. But I'm fine with that in a sense because I don't ever want to feel like somebody is in charge. Somebody is controlling what I can say and what I cannot say. I don't like that. Oh, but thank you for saying that, Penelope. I will start watching That's Peak to get some quick updates. Is that Mackenzie? Mackenzie is a giant. I started watching your channel BB20. Oh, you started watching last season. Cool. Thanks for coming back. We back in here, BB26. We back in here. We are back in here. We're back in the building. I'm gonna end this poll. So what do you got here? 12 votes. 66% of you think that Kenny will go home, and 33% of you think that he will stay. I guess they're just having fun right now. I got another, let's see, I got another 10 to 15 minutes that I'm going to be on here. Another 10 to 15 minutes of being irresponsible, and then I'm going to hop off. By the way, shout out to Angela, man. I don't know what the competition was, but shout out to Angela for winning it and giving us a curveball to set the tone. Hit the like button. The math ain't mathin', y'all. I don't know what you're seeing on your end, but I'm seeing 13 people and I'm seeing 6 likes. That means 50% of you are watching this and you don't like me. And I don't like that. So that means if you don't put a like over here, you're going to see me 50% less than you would have had you just done that simple act of appreciation. Oh, I see the likes went up. Thank you. Now we're at 7. What is 7 out of 11? Could you show the videos and keep the sound on mute? No. My channel already has an active strike. Oh, Leah is the one that I said gives me generic cast edition. I can't show it at all, unfortunately, Penelope, because my channel has a strike on it already. So one more strike. I think you get 3 strikes, but I think the second strike, they have all these consequences to that. And I'm not even willing to put my channel at risk anymore because it's so hard to get a channel monetized on YouTube. Like me, yeah, I just can't. Like, I saw several channels post all the Big Brother preseason interviews in their entirety, and I'm like, those people all have to be contracted with CBS for CBS to allow them to post more than an hour worth of interviews. CBS doesn't mess with me. It's clear. It's clear that CBS doesn't rock with me. And I used to be scared to say that on my channel because I'm like, oh, if I say that, CBS is going to take away these opportunities from me. And I'm like, but they haven't given me any. I've had at least. So I had an interview that was already scheduled between me and the person. CBS told them they can't do the interview. Never happened. I had at least 2 to 3 other people say that they can do the interview pending on CBS scrubbing my page and seeing what's on there. And CBS told them they can't do the interview. So CBS. I remember that. I was watching when I know when that was. That was when he was doing when they were doing the comp. What's it called again? His 12-hour stream. Oh, is this another time you were talking about? Because I was thinking of when he was showing what is that comp called where you press the button? Pressure cooker. He was like, I'm doing a 12-hour stream So he was sitting in his living room or kitchen or something, and he had the camera facing the TV, and he was in the video. The TV was in the video. They took the video down. By the way, shout out to Retro's TikTok. That particular TikTok got taken down. Shout out to Retro. Shout out to Big Brother Boy. I said this on this channel before. It's not Rob Has a Podcast that made me want to do that, to go live. It's not Sharon. It's not whatever popular one that you can think of. It's not any of them that made me want to go live, because I was looking at those people and I'm like, they got a studio, they got all the top guests, they got mic equipment, and they got like a podcast room, and they're very good at doing their breakdowns. Like, it was just different stuff I was looking at and feeling like I'd rather watch from the sidelines. And this is not an insult. So don't take this as an insult, because it's genuinely a compliment. I happened to just stumble upon his page one day, random. And I was watching it, and I was like, this guy is really quirky. I was like, man, he's really quirky. And the video that he did, you know how he does his videos just sitting in the car, and he'll be like, so I went to the store today, and there was this really stupid lady, and she was standing in line, and I can't speak. I can't even do my Big Brother Boy imitation, because sometimes there's so much cursing in it. Like, it's just wow. But if you've seen his channel, he will be talking about intricacies of the show, and then he'll jump into this pocket of just talking about randomness that's happening around him, like he's going through the Wendy's drive-through window, and then he'll just say some random thought that comes to his mind. Then he'll jump back into talking about the house guests, and then he'll have these like roasts of them. He'll be like, oh, quite frankly, like, this person doesn't even have the intelligence to screw in a light bulb. Like, seriously, this person is so dumb. And I'm just like, I can't look away. Like, that was, I remember that. And I was like, you know what? His channel proves to me that you don't have to have some special equipment. You don't have to have some specific personality type. You could just be whoever you are, and people are going to gravitate towards you. And honestly, that has been, out of all the channels that I like look at for Big Brother content, that is quite possibly is my favorite one. And I haven't I think he has some stuff up this year. I have yet to check out any channels, but I think I'm going to check out his channel soon. Big Brother Boy, like BOI. Look at me giving these free advertisements. I don't think he's ever mentioned my channel, which I don't mind. I mean, I'm sure that if I wanted him to mention my channel, I would be able to just reach out, Twitter. I'm sure somebody has mentioned me on his channel. Like I said, there's only so many. There's only so many Big Brother channels. Yeah, I'm not an OG fan. I know that he said he had another channel, and it either got taken down or he just stopped using that channel or something. But he's funny as hell. That guy is so funny. Yeah, I started watching that channel, like, I guess probably around the time, like, right before I started my channel. Like I said, that channel was the one that actually made me want to cover Big Brother. I'm like, because I said to myself, I don't have the personality to cover a show. Like, I'm quiet. I'm not well known by the community like that. I don't know the guests. I don't know the cast. I don't know much about anything. I'm not even very knowledgeable about Big Brother. So I said, who's gonna follow my channel? Then I just got on here and just started speaking, and people were like, I like your channel. Pretty cool. Here we are 3 years, 2 years later. 2 years later. I started in 2022. Um, Mad Roast. She does her living room with her mom and often after a shower. Well, I do my videos in tank tops and y'all always comment on that. I only just happen to be wearing this because I wore this when I was working and I haven't changed out of my work clothes. Otherwise, I would be in a tank top right now. Sure, Penelope. Hey, Danny. Shout out to Danny. Danny did some circle breakdowns with me. Circle, we did an interview with Chaz, which was my first circle interview. And one of the first interviews I had on this particular channel was my interview with Chaz. I've said this before, but I know that a lot of you probably won't remember this. But for anyone who remembers my interview that I did with Chaz, right before my interview with Chaz, I had an interview with Alyssa Lopez. I reached out to her in January. She said, "Yes, I'll do that interview with you." So I was like, "Okay, cool. We're about to do this interview with Alyssa Lopez." I announced it on my page. And then, yeah, that tank and shorts is definitely my typical uniform for YouTube, definitely. And I'm usually walking outside or in the car. But anyways, the point of me mentioning that Alyssa interview and the Chaz interview. The Alyssa interview, I was so frustrated because she was like, "I don't have the time. Check me next month. Check me next month." And it pushed back like 2 months, right? And then she finally was like, "Okay, I have this date and I have this time." So if anything that anyone, people don't know this about these people, but when you try to get interviews with them, you're going on their time and their schedule. So when she told me of the date and time she had available, it was like Tuesday, maybe, let's say. And she said, "I have Thursday at," what time did she tell me? 3 p.m. I'm trying not to get this confused. Pacific time is 3 hours before my time. 6. So if you say 3 p.m. and it's Pacific time, that is like 6 p.m. That is 6 p.m. for me here, right? I'm trying not to get this confused. Okay. Like Pacific time right now, it would be like so about 6:50 p.m. Okay, so yeah, I'm right on that. So she actually did the conversion for me, right? And said to me, "Can we do this interview at noon?" So I was like, "Okay, I'm all prepared." Noon was not convenient for me because obviously I was at work. So noon was really not convenient, but I was like, I'm gonna try to take this hour break and do this interview in during this hour. So the whole time leading up, I'm like noon, 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 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, right? Then she hits me up 30 minutes before this interview and says, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Mark. When I did the conversion, I forgot that your time is ahead of my time, not behind. So I actually am available at 3 p.m. Pacific time, which is 6 p.m. your time. If you're able to do that, we can still get it done. And if you're not able to do that, you can reach out to me next month." And you could imagine that I already waited 3 months for this interview. 3 months. And she said, if we cannot get it done at this time, that was 6 hours later than when I expected, then I have to wait a next month at least. Because she was like, I have a busy schedule of traveling, working, and stuff, right? So I was like, this is so inconvenient and I'm so upset. But I was like, you know what? I'll make it happen. I canceled other plans that I had. I'm like, I will make this happen. I'll figure out a way to make this happen. I went into the studio, did the interview. We got the interview done. So I had really bad experiences with almost everybody I interviewed, with the exception of maybe Hannah and who else? Hannah and Sam. I can't think of anyone else. If maybe John Brennan. There might be others, but those are the ones that come to my mind right now. Most of the others that I interviewed were late or, gave me big runarounds. So I had really bad experiences with time. I'm saying that whole long story just to say that when I set up my time to interview Chaz, I screwed up the time with Chaz. Danny is on the West Coast. Danny was on Pacific time. I was about to say specific time, and I hate when people say that. Danny's on Pacific time. Chaz was on. I almost did it again. Both of them were on Pacific time. How about that? They were both on Pacific time. So I said that we can do the interview at 12. Right, Danny? 12 Eastern, I think. And that was the plan. No, not 12 Eastern. 3 Eastern. That's what it was. The interview, I said we could do the interview at 3 Eastern, which was 12 o'clock p.m. in the time zone where Danny was and the time zone where Chaz was. Can you post a link? I think I pinned Maz channel link, did I not? But anyways, yeah, so the night before, I was like, okay, I emailed Chaz and Danny in a group email, and I was like, hey guys, I look forward to seeing you at 9. Oh no, it wasn't 9. Yeah, I think I said I look forward to seeing you at like 9 Eastern. No, not 9 Eastern. It had to be 12 Eastern. I look forward to seeing y'all at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific time. I think that's what it was. And then I hopped on, and they both got on, and Chaz was like, not Chaz, but Danny was like, I contacted Danny because I was like, this is not like Danny to be like even a second late. If you know anything about Danny, Danny does not do things late. Danny is like very thorough. Like when me and Danny were doing our breakdowns of stuff, Danny would call me and we would go through everything. When we were doing our Chaz interview, Danny set up like several meetings with me, and she was so efficient with it. Like she was like, okay, you come with your questions, I come with my questions. This is how many questions we're gonna have. We're gonna organize the questions in terms of like, she called them like burning questions, as in questions that were most important to ask, and then like maybe medium level questions, and then like throwaway questions at the end if we have time. Because she had said that she watched my interviews before and like analyzed them and noticed that I was not getting to all the points that I wanted to get to. Anyways, long story short, when I hit her up and she was like, "Oh, this thing is starting now." And she was like, "I thought that this was going to be at noon Eastern, right? I think you said noon Eastern." So she showed up. So come to find out, after the interview, when we turned the camera off, Chaz also remembered the original time that they were supposed to do the interview, and they both showed up, what, 6 hours earlier than the time that they were supposed to show up. And they didn't say anything. So I was like, man, for all these bad experiences that I have had, this is an amazing experience that two people showed up at a time that we did not agree to because I messed up the time zone. Yep, that's probably one of my first long stories of the year. Does anyone know what time the house guests wake up? I was watching the feeds. It depends. I don't know what time they've been waking up this year. But when I woke up, I had the feeds on at like 9 Eastern and they were all sleeping. They usually, I think the wake up though in the house is like 10 o'clock Eastern, which is like 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Eastern, sorry. Um, yeah, so noon Pacific time, right, was 3 p.m. Eastern time. So we actually did this interview at 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern time rather than 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. And Danny and Chaz just hopped right on that thing as if that was the time that we really agreed on. And I asked Chaz, I was like, "Oh, why did you actually do the interview?" And he was like, "Well, I thought that I may have said that and forgot or something, or I thought that maybe you changed the time and I forgot." And he was like, "I don't like not fulfilling my promises, so I just got up and got myself together." And Danny was like, "I was working and I quickly got myself together when I saw that email." And the interview went great. Definitely was. Definitely was. Did you end up finishing this season of The Circle, Danny? Because I did not. I could not. It was just not interesting enough for me. I mean, some people liked it. It wasn't my cup of tea. It happens. I ran to get dressed and ready. Lisa, are you still playing Cards Against Humanity? I got another. Let's see. I got another. Oh, I said 10 to 15 and I went 20. So I got another 5. This is the first day that I ran extra. If you're new to this channel, when I say I have 10 minutes in me, it's usually anywhere from 10 to like an hour, depending on what's going on. But this one is really going to be 5 minutes for real. Mark, you should be playing with us. Lisa, I'm in bed with my daughter. After this, I'm going to start packing my stuff and then I'm going to bounce. I'm probably not going to get too much sleep. I'll probably get most of my sleep on the bus. I don't think that I took a nap earlier. I don't think I'm going to be able to sleep too much. Yeah, I'm going to hop off though. But please make sure, if you have not, to like the page. Who's fighting? Comment. Are they fighting now? Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Who's this? Chemo talking. Chemo's talking to Lisa, I think. Oh, that's Quinn. Yeah. Yes. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to find out when I go live, because it's Big Brother time. Big Brother time is like Christmas time for this channel because I'm on here the most during the Big Brother season. Y'all know and y'all have seen. I'm on here, fairly often enough, but I only go on live probably once, 1 to 2 days a week. I only go on live like 1 to 2 days a week in the off season, but during the on season, I'm here. It's not going to be like last year where I went on 100 days in a row, but I will be here pretty often. I'm thinking that my schedule is going to be like Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, like when the episodes drop. Those are the days that I will for sure be doing lives. I might do them other days too, but those are the days you can probably count on me for that. And talk to y'all later.